I'm Josh Spisman, and I'm an associate professor of finance here at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles. And my colleague, Dr. David Offenberg, also an associate professor at LMU, and I are going to talk today a little bit about AMC. And I'm really excited because I'm actually going to the movies tonight, even though all the movie theaters are closed, because I'm taking my daughter to go see Lady and the Tramp at the drive-in.
Nice,
But yeah,
nice.
but I know that since all these movie theaters are closed, how come we haven't heard anything about a government bailout to save like AMC?
Well, AMC has been lobbying for a bailout, but it turns out the Redditors, these Reddit-based stock traders have bailed out AMC instead. Here's what happens. Let me talk about the big picture because this is really about stock and debt. And AMC had a lot of debt. Debt means that AMC owes somebody money. Stock means that somebody owns AMC. The nice thing about stockholders is that they own the company, but AMC never ever has to pay them anything. Your stockholders can't make you bankrupt, but your debt holders can. And that's the real tricky thing with AMC is that they had a lot of debt, $6 billion of debt. And so their debt holders were pushing them closer and closer to bankruptcy.
And so last week we talked about GameStop and the Redditors. So could all the Reddit traders actually help with the debt side or the stock side?
Well, normally they can only help with the stock side because they can only buy and sell stock. And so here's what happened with AMC. Their stock price was down around $3 a share. And then on January 25th, the Redditors started trading and the stock went up to $5. And AMC thought, whoa, pick up the phone. Let's call Goldman Sachs. Let's sell some stock because the stock's up over 60%. And they did. They sold about $300 million worth. And remember, that's $300 million of cash that they got from shareholders that they can then use to pay off debts in the future. So it pushes them $300 million away from bankruptcy. And normally, this is all that could happen. The shareholders trade the stock and the stock price goes up. This is exactly what happened with GameStop too. But AMC, something special happened because the stock price, it kept going up. And AMC had something that was kind of debt, but kind of equity, a special kind of debt called convertible debt. And it converted at a price of $13.51 from debt to equity. It was owned by a company called Silver Lake, a private equity firm. And when that price hit $13.51, Silver Lake pulled the trigger and they converted $600 million worth of debt into equity. And so think about this from AMC's perspective. They used to owe $600 million. Those $600 million disappear off the debt side and move to the shareholder side. So now they don't owe that $600 million anymore. Plus, they have this $300 million that they just sold of cash to help pay down future debts. So they are $900 million in better shape than they were before the Redditors started trading this stock. It's an amazing story. But here's my question for you, Josh.
Yes.
You're a markets guy. Since AMC is $900 million better off, does that mean that the Redditors are $900 million worse off?
So in some sense, yes. And it really depends though on when you were buying and selling the shares. And so this chart shows you AMC's market capitalization. So that's just the size of their company. And you could see exactly where the Redditors started trading and you could see where the stock price started going up. And so AMC's market cap went from less than $1 billion and got up to about 8 billion at the peak. But by the end, once all the trading happened, it's leveled off at about 3 billion. So there's still a gain. If you owned AMC on January 8th and held it till today, you still, roughly, tripled, maybe 4x your investment. But for at every point in time, there's a transaction happening. So someone's buying, someone's selling. When AMC sold the 300 when AMC sold to raise equity, and when the private equity firm sold and converted, someone was on the other side buying those shares. And we've seen now that the stock price has dropped down. So if you bought those shares from AMC or Silver Lake directly, you've most likely lost money at this point.
And so AMC is up 900 million. Some other investors are down at least 4 billion. Well, hopefully they can still at least afford to go to the movies.
Let's hope so. Maybe it's something we can all do this weekend.
That's right. Enjoy Lady and the Tramp.